Once Bruce hit with Born to Run, his third album, a lot of the record companies sent people down to Asbury Park to see if there's any other bands down there. And of course we were there. We were one of the bands. I didn't choose Southside. It was a nickname that was given to me when we started Dr. Zoom and the Sonic Boom, which was a stupid thing, really. It was Bruce had gone to the West Coast where his parents, I think his dad was living out there, and he came back and he's broke, and we were all kind of broke. So he said, let's put together a band of every musician we know. I got this guy who wants to give me some gigs at this place. I don't have a band. Let's just grab everybody. So we had 2 drummers, 4 guitar players, a couple of horn players, a choir. We had a Monopoly game on stage. Everybody who we knew was in this band. It was like 30 people. And everybody had to have nicknames. And so they just started doling them out. You know, I would say something about this guy, and somebody would say something about that. And at some point, somebody called me Southside because of the South Side of Chicago, which is the kind of music that I loved and tried to play. And it stuck. I can't get rid of it.
I know it's time to go. Baby, I don't want to go home. Just want to hear the blues one time, something low. 'Cause baby, I don't want to go home. Baby, I know you had the time.
I think I've sang that song more than I've sung any other song in my life. Still not sick of it, although there are times I go, oh God, not again. But as soon as the song starts, the drums and the horns come in, the audience goes nuts, and that lifts you right back up. So it's just one of those things. It's a song that'll never go away, which I'm glad it's that and not yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy or something like that. Some people get stuck with the worst songs in the world. I'm lucky I've got some great songs. Bruce hit with Born to Run, his third album. A lot of the record companies sent people down to Asbury Park to see if there's any other bands down there. And of course we were there. We were one of the bands. And a guy named Steve Popovich from Epic Records, which is a subsidiary of CBS, came down. And he's a real street crazy from Cleveland. And he loved the band, but he thought, I don't know. I mean, if I like it this much, how good can it be? Because he, you know, it was at a time when it was all big guitars, Boston, and all that stuff. And we had a horn section in. But so he brought down all the secretaries the next time. And they all danced and they met guys and all that stuff. I said, this is great. We're signing these guys. So we said, okay. They give us a great big munificent budget of $35,000 for the first record. Steven and I said, I knew Steven was eventually going to go with Bruce because we had talked about that. Bruce was really starting to become big. And he needed somebody to lean on. Needed somebody to talk to he could trust. And he and Steven had been close for a long time. I said, you know, you got to go with him. He needs you more than I do. So we said, we got to make this record now.
I got the fever for it.
We met Jimmy Iovine, and he's the engineer for the first album. And he said, look, I'm working at the record plant. I can sneak you in, which is the big studio in New York. And we said, great. So we ended up going in whenever he had free time, 4 o'clock in the morning, all that stuff. And we had to pay for some things, but we both had made some money at the racetrack, believe it or not, the year before. So we borrowed money. And this was before we signed anything. They could have said, this is crap. We don't want it. And we'd have been stuck with the bills. And then they came and they said, oh, we really like this, and blah, blah, blah. And they signed us to a 3-album deal. And we moved on from there.
You're my sun in the morning, you are my moon at night. But I think about you sometimes, baby, and it makes me feel alright. Days go longer, love goes stronger. The fever gets so worse at night. I've got the fever for it.
It is a great singer's song. It's a song you can do differently. You can sing differently. You can sing it from different angles emotionally. It's one of those songs that a guy writes and you go, yes, I want to sing that song. It's like a classic barroom song.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. If you don't come back soon.